Hi everyone, welcome to today's video, which is a description of how to proceed once you've been notified that you will be receiving an award for your grant submission, um, and the submission has been moved into the pre-award elements required stage. The first thing that will happen in the sequence is you'll receive an email from our office notifying you that there has been an award. That email will include some detail that within the next few days we'll be adding items for you to complete prior to signing your grant agreement. Those are called pre-award elements, okay? So you'll receive an email from the system. It may come from some kind of email like this, and that email will you will not want to reply to that email. That will not go to us. That is a non-reply email. If you do need to contact us or reply to these emails, you'll want to use the rec.grants@tpwd.texas.gov email that's listed in the signature. But the one that you receive from the system will let you know that you have an upload request for some kind of item. For example, AP 15210s and direct deposit forms will be available for you to complete in the pre-award element stage. Once you receive this email, that means that you can log into the system and begin completing the requested tasks. So what you'll want to do is you'll want to log into the Argo 2020 system. All right, I'll use my test sponsor here. And you won't see this available opportunities being the same as in the demo system. Right now, this is where we test things. So the actual live system may or may not have a grant opportunity available currently. This is your inbox. These are emails that you receive from the system. They should be the exact ones that you receive in your Outlook or whatever other mail client that you use. But if there's ever an email you don't receive that winds up in your junk folder or your spam folder, it's possible that your IT department has some filters in place that make system generated emails like the ones that come from Argo 2020 go into a spam folder. This particular inbox here is just like you using the system to read your email, and it never gets filtered. So if you're ever missing an email, it will always be here if it got sent, okay? But you'll notice the items that the emails that we just looked at are here. This one's saying I have a direct deposit form ready, and the other one says I have a AP 15210s ready. And you see, once I've read those, they disappear from my inbox because this only shows me messages that I've not read yet. But the big key is to go down to the area that says My Tasks, okay? And when I open the Tasks area, there is a link to my actual submission, and it's right here. I'll know that I'm highlighting the link correctly because I'll see that the project name pops up when that happens. So I just click here, and this will take me to the Forms menu for my application. From the Forms menu, I have all of the forms that I submitted on my application, and now I've got a form called Pre-Award Elements, okay? When I open this form, I can see that two items have been added, all right? There'll be an icon in this column. If there is an X in this column, what this means is the item has been added for you to upload as the sponsor, but you have not uploaded anything yet to get approved, all right? So the way that you'll do this is you'll first of all click on the required document, all right? And then you'll download this document. You'll see there's in my browser, this is a PDF, so it opens in the actual browser. It may download to your downloads folder. You'll just need to find wherever this form downloads and fill it out, all right? Once I have downloaded this form, so my computer, I'm gonna go ahead and save it to my downloads, all right? And then the same for my direct deposit form, okay? Direct deposit authorization. Save that. I will download those forms and complete them. Once I have completed them, I will come into my pre-award elements form and choose file, right? The first one I'm going to choose the AP 15210s, all right? I can do these one at a time or I can do them both at once if I wish. Now, for some of you, you won't be utilizing the direct deposit form. And if that's the case, you're going to want to send an email to rec.grants@tpwd.texas.gov, and you'll want to let our grant coordinators know, I don't want to use direct deposit for my organization, and we'll remove that form as a requirement for you, okay? If you do want to use this form, then you'll simply, once you've downloaded it, filled it out, you will upload it here, okay? And then you'll click Save, all right? Once you've clicked Save on this form, the icon here will change, right? This is similar to a yield icon. This means I've done my part, but it has not yet been approved, all right? What will happen is our grant coordinators will log into the system and they'll review the forms once you have uploaded them, all right? If they mark a form as adequate, okay, they will choose the option that says verified and complete. So what I'm going to do right now on the back end, I am simulating that there is a grant coordinator who has gone in and verified and completed one form. And then on my other form, if there is an issue, if the form has been filled out incorrectly, the grant coordinator will choose that there are changes required. Okay? Now, I will get an email about both of these things, right? So in this context, I have received an email. It may take a moment to deliver. What I can do is, if it takes a moment for the purposes of this video, I'll go back to my home screen here. And in my inbox, here are the two emails I would have received. For the item, there's the email. When the item is approved and completed, I'll receive an email saying an item has been verified and completed for this co-op grant. Now, this notification may look a little bit different. This is still the test system, keep in mind. But basically, I'll receive an email letting me know that that item has been completed. For the item that requires changes, I'll receive a notice saying an item for whatever it is, direct deposit form in this case, for co-op 2020 agreement requires changes. Please log in, access pre-award element form, and follow the instructions. Again, if you have questions, you can call our office or send us an email, okay? So what you'll do at this point is you will go back to your task list. It will stay in your task list until you've completed all the items in this form, okay? And our grant coordinators have verified it. And at that point, it will be removed from your task list once they've approved. So what will happen is you'll go back into your pre-award elements form, okay? At this point, this item has been verified. This green check mark lets me know there's nothing else I can do. There's nowhere else I can click. But down here on the direct deposit form, you'll notice it's gone back to a red X. That means that the grant coordinator has decided I need to submit another upload. So in this case, I'm going to go back in. I'm going to, usually there is another element here. There may be some comments in the modification required box here. So I'll type some test ones on the back end. These comments would usually be more specific. Okay, sorry about that. I'll refresh this page. And now you can see this is what normally would have happened. Our grant coordinator would have indicated what is needed here. This would be specific. The direct deposit form didn't have a signature, or the numbers were wrong, something to that element. I would make the requested changes. I would come back in here and I would upload the new version of the form, right? This one's going to be named the same, but it will overwrite the one that exists. Now, once I've submitted another copy, right, I'll notice the icon changes. That tells me now the grant coordinator has to come in and approve this, okay? Once they have done that, right, they've come back into the form, and I'm going to go in here on the back end, and I'm going to act as one of our grant coordinators. Once they have verified and completed this, two things will happen. Number one, I'll get another email that tells me, and again, we'll just use our home screen here. I'll receive another email that tells me that this has been approved. Again, it may look different than this. This is just the test system. So that will be my first indication. And then if I were to pull the form back up, I'll see that both items have been checked. All right. Now, at this point, our grant coordinator will move this document through the workflow and they will status change it so that our other folks on our team can review these items and begin preparing your grant agreement. So when that happens, we'll go to our home screen. On the back end, I'm going to go ahead and do what our grant coordinator would do, which is move this into the next stage. And I'll refresh. I'll notice that my task area disappears. The reason that my task area has disappeared is because I don't have anything to do at this stage. Right now, the Recreation Grant staff will be verifying the items that have been provided and then beginning to prepare the grant agreement. Okay? When that's ready, I'll receive an email saying pre-award elements submitted, right? It will say, thank you for submitting all of the requested items in pre-award elements form from our grant. The items will be reviewed and verified. If there's more follow-up required, then you'll receive an additional email, okay? And that's it. That's what I do for my pre-award elements stage of my grant prior to signing my grant agreement. And that will allow me to allow our staff at Recreation Grants to get that agreement ready as quickly as possible. So thank you for watching this video. And again, if you have any questions, you can contact our office via phone or email, and we'll be happy to answer those.